Good morning to each and everyone that will get a chance to listen to what I have to say. I pray and hope that it will be a blessing to someone. I just felt led to really come out and speak on this because it's happening so ever often, and I don't really hear persons come out to really say anything about it, and it's affecting the body of Christ. And you find that we have so many wounded soldiers that are in the body of Christ and they're still operating as such. I'll just go ahead and play this song for a while. Lost in the middle of an ocean, or have no place to lay your head, to be caught in the web of indifference, cast aside like you just there, to be forgotten like the wind of yesterday, neglected and beaten and worn. The pain that you're feeling is just as real. So many of us, a person cannot really talk on a topic that they have never experienced. I've always heard people talk about church hurt and how it left them as an individual and how it made them feel. But when you yourself, as the individual, who now have to experience what church hurt is, it gives you a whole nother view and a picture of what it actually is like. And to be honest, when you're hurt by the ones you love, a husband, a child, a pastor, a friend, it breaks you into pieces. But hurt is hurt, pain is pain. But when you have to go to church, this is God's business now. When you have to go to church and you've been treated in a manner, in a certain way, and then you still have to find yourself going back to that place, trying to operate as is. I don't think it sits well with God, because it doesn't sit well with me. Because what you find now is false pretense. People have to come and to pretend to be something that they are not. They are hurting, they are broken, they are wounded, and they have to come in the house of the Lord and to pretend as if everything is okay when they are literally shattered in pieces, when there is like no where to turn. Like, what can you say? What can you do within this moment? But I come to help someone who's been in church and you've been hurt by the same people that comes up to you week after week and say, I love you. The same people who said to you that I am there for you. They are the same persons or people who talked about you, ridicule you, the same people who chastise you, the same people who beat upon you, the same people who, as you turn your back, they slaughter you. The same people who is like they did not take a knife in the physical, but it's like in the spiritual, they're taking a knife and they're just wounding you. And I tell you, a lot of people out there today going to church, I've spoke to many individuals and they express and they tell me how this happened to them and how that happened to them. Pastor did this to them. A church member done this to them. And what? They still have to go in the same place. But I tell you that God is not pleased with a lot of us. As church leaders, as church members, God is not pleased with us. And a lot of us that are going to church, we are going to be held accountable for how we live our life before men and women. And the things that we do to our fellow brothers and sisters. I'm actually on my working time, so I might have to come back to this. But a lot of us are going to be held accountable for the way we treat others, for the way we treat our fellow men, and think it's okay, think it's all right. I mean, you put your trust in these people that are supposed to lead you, these people that are supposed to be a brother or a sister to you. You put your trust in them. But in the end, what you get? Nothing. And you have so many people that are in church today that they feel as if, oh, because they are in this position, or because they are in that position, then we are not able to say certain things. I will not be silent. I will not be silent, because I have been through it and I know what it is like. I know how it makes you feel. And when that thing happened to me, betrayal, when that happened to me, distrust, when the brokenness hits and the pain, I sat in my bed and I looked to the hills and I said, God, why would you allow this to happen? You see, sometimes some people are trying to explain to you what they are actually going through, but because you have never been in their shoes, you cannot even empathize with them. But when you know what you know, when you know that you have actually been through, gone down this road, then you can speak. And I questioned the Lord and I asked, I said, God, why you would allow this? And he just brought me back to the Lord's Supper. And he said, I sat there. I was sharing with a couple of people already. And he said, I sat there knowing what was going to happen, knowing who was going to do it. But I sat there anyhow. I sat in their company. I sat in their midst. I sat in their presence, even with all that I knew. And when that hit me, man, I cried so hard. To know that you're eating and drinking with people that will literally turn on you, that will turn against you, to deny you, to sold you out. People that you sit with, you embrace, and you say you love, and they say they love you, of course, but turn around to do the things they do to you, and that they expect for you to stay silent. But there are too many broken people in the body of Christ that needs to be healed from the trauma, from the pain that they are suffering, that they are going through, and there's no one to say, pull them aside and to help them get through it. But I'm here to let you know that I'm praying for you, to let you know that you are not alone, to let you know that yes, God still cares, even though he know that it was going to happen to you. The other day I heard a lady was testifying. She was so broken. She said the church that she's actually attending, and she didn't leave. She's actually attending, and she said she was married and her husband was treating her bad. He was beating her. He was doing all sorts of things to her. And she went to her leader and explained everything to the leader. And her leader did nothing. They only tell her to pray about it. And when it came to the point where she was to make a decision, this man almost killed her. And she came to the point where she had to make the decision to run for her life. And then when she walked out of the marriage, she said she stayed to herself for a couple of years, probably 5 years or more. And when she got a divorce and remarried. And they tell her that she can't do nothing in this church because they don't believe in second marriage. So they would have preferred for her to stay in that relationship until then she's on the news and they're reading about her. And these are the people that we are entrusting our lives.